I'm going to show you how to do a quick cast on with a Singer 321. So with these Singers, there were 321 models, two 321 models. One of the models had this sinker plate where it had a little triangle and a circle and this lever in the front. Make sure that the lever is on the triangle on both sides. The newer 321s came with a sinker plate like this, and it didn't have any of the levers in the front. So now we're making sure they're on the triangles. We're going to put the sinker plate onto the carriage. We're going to take the weaving brushes, and the weaving brushes need to go into the carriage like so. They need to be able to just go easily into the carriage. So again, we're taking the weaving brushes. They're only going to go one way. They're going to go and slip in this way, and they actually fit into the sinker plate. Holding them in place, we tighten it up. These two levers in the front need to be on two, so make sure they're flat. The two levers that are on the side, make sure they're forward. They must be towards us. I'm going to leave my tension on 8. I'm using a 4-ply. It doesn't really matter starting on a tension 0, but to start off with a higher tension, well, a higher number, I'm going to thread the mast. Have a look in your book as to how to thread the mast. And the next step is I'm going to select my needles. So how I do that? I pull all these needles forward that I'm going to want to use. So I'm going to take 20 to the one side, 20 to the other, and they're all pulled forward and they're coming through to the D position. I'm going to take every second needle back, and I'm going to take it back to B. So we'll take it back again to B. All right, there. Make sure every second needle, and they're back in B. So we're going to take our yarn and we're going to put it into our sinker plate. We're putting it into our sinker plate. It comes down here. Again, the other sinker plates would be different, but it's similar in that you're going to feed it in. So the yarn comes above the needles, but it's coming in front of all of these little pins that are sticking up here. So this must just be loose. So don't hold on it too tight. We're going to move the carriage from right to left. This is actually your cast on. It's complete. I'm going to move the carriage from left to right. All done. Remove the weaving brushes. If you still want to carry on knitting a few more rows, that's fine too. So we've knitted a few rows. We can now take out your weaving brushes, hold on to the front so it doesn't drop onto the floor. Make sure you tighten them back up again. The two side levers need to go onto the triangle, so make sure that you're pushing those two side levers back, and you can carry on knitting. And And that's now your stocking stitch done. Knit how many rows you want to do and you're all finished. Cast on is complete. It gives you a nice start. So if you were to turn over this to make yourself a hem, it's easy enough to take your transfer tools and push them through and find the gaps, push them through to be able to hook them on to give you that nice turned over finish. And once you've put them all on to get your nice turned finish, you can then just move your carriage across to close it. What I like to do, once I've turned over and you've got two stitches onto one needle, I do tend to just turn up my tension to 10, and I will then move it across because it is a bit on the tight side, because you'll have two pieces of yarn on there. And after that, after you've done your turnover, and there it is. And that will all then be stitched in. And that will then, if you had to have done the whole lot, it will give you a nice little neat edge. So that's the quick cast on with the Singer 321. It can also be used up until the Singer 329. After that, the newer Singers or silver reeds from 360 had their weaving brushes in the sinker plate, and all you then had to do was move side levers to actually drop your weaving brushes down or lift your weaving brushes up. This range of the 321 to 329 has got these type of weaving brushes. And that's all from me.